wind coming straight out of the south, and that's going to affect somebody at least for 2 quarters.
Yeah, I can tell you that what 50 feet up? Is that what?
Yeah.
The walk up here.
Nearly tree line, yeah.
Yeah, the walk up here is rough for me. I can tell you that. But
we had to stop, didn't we, Mac?
very nice facilities. Very nice. Yeah, the field's mowed nice. I mean, it's. I've never been here to.
And
Knox
it looks like a pretty good crowd coming in dressed in red. So.
And I also have noticed. I mean, Knox has had some really good success at football over the last 4 years. Coach John Hendricks, I think, is like 27-11 since he's taken over.
Back-to-back 9-win seasons, 9-2 and 9-3, and they struggle when they get to the postseason. But
all their success starts up front, and I thought for the entire game, outside of maybe 3 or 4 series there in the third quarter, we won the war up front.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We won on both sides of the ball. They're going to complete some passes. You know, they threw 40, and that's a large number. And they ran it like 16 times for 16 carries or whatever that was. So we did control it for the great majority of the game. Our front line did a great job on them. Like I said, they're going to complete some passes out of 40. They got a senior quarterback, but after we made our adjustments, went from a 4-4 to a 4-3 with 4 defensive backs. Second half, they completed some passes, but everything was in front of us. And I don't think you can survive that way. You know, you may throw for 150 yards in the second half or 100, whatever it was, but I don't think you can survive doing that. And they didn't. And they changed a little bit in the second or start of the second half. Take away the trap. Well, you can do that. You can take away some very isolated plays if you want to, but then you're going to give up some more plays on the edge, and so that's what we took. Our front line did a great job last night, and hopefully that can continue tonight.
Hook, I thought Tyler Walker just absolutely wore his guy out. Whoever was assigned to guarding him just was a flat gas by the end of the game, and you could tell he affected their passing game as much as anybody else on the field, latter part of the third and all the fourth.
Right. You've got a right-handed quarterback, and, if you're going to roll a guy a little bit, you're going to probably get him to the right a little bit more. And Tyler's right there in that area, tall kid, and got his hands up, knocked down some passes, and even when he didn't, he disrupted their game a little bit. And so we've got 2 pretty good defensive ends, and he and Wilson Dalton, and so it helped.
Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. Like I said, you don't always have to get your hand on a ball. You can get your arms out and you can disrupt vision. If you disrupt vision just a little bit, it's going to make a difference, and it did. He did. He played a heck of a game last week. He had, I think, 3 batted down balls, plus other stuff.
Sure. You're going to see a team tonight in the Knox Redskins. Looks like to me, Hook, is going to be basically the same format we saw last week out of Wabash.
Yeah, they will line up that way. Now, they didn't throw the ball only a handful of times last week. So I don't know what their mode was. They got up pretty easily early in the game. They took all their short fields. One of them was from the 12-yard line, and another was from like the 35, and they punched it in. Knox never showed, their dominance, if there is such a thing. So they're still a mystery to us. They got a comfortable lead and kind of sat on it. Their quarterback looked a bit out of sorts. So we're hoping that we have to make them pass. And if we can do that, from what I've seen, I don't think he's as good as quarterback as the Higdon. They didn't want to show it. I don't know. That's the mystery part of it. Can they pass? Will they pass?
I know their running back is a load, 6'1", 230. He is a load.
Yeah, they're listing Dawson Patrick on the roster. They sent me at 6 foot 225, and I doubt that he's that big. Height-wise, he's just a load. He's very wide, and Yeah, I mean, he got the ball, 20 to 25 times a game, whatever, and they're going to give it to him that way every week. There's no question about it. They've got another wing back. They've been starting 2 guys both ways. That's it. The Prater kid's a senior and Patrick's a senior. We have to stop the run. I don't think they can beat us passing, but they could beat us running. So we have to have our run game defense, ready for their run game offense.
Hook, one thing's a guarantee. With the amount of years of experience they have on their sideline between John and Mark Hendricks, they're going to be ready for us.
Oh yeah, John's been a head coach for 25, 26 years, something like that, and Mark has been an offensive coordinator for a long time, and now he's with his brother calling the offense down there. So, and they've got some other Winnemac guys that have joined their crew. So they're going to be well coached football team. It's kind of an unknown. Here we are. We're 63 years after the last game. They played Winnemac last week, and we played. We have a tape on them. That's it. Nothing else really matters. What happened last year doesn't matter. It's all about tonight.
Sure.
And it's a different drive over there, but we're looking forward to it.
How was prep this week? How was practice?
Practice was pretty solid. We've got some bumps and bruises too, like they do. So it's a matter of is everybody ready for tonight? That's in question. If everybody, sometimes the game gets your adrenaline going, and we hope that's the case. But a solid week of practice, and we hope it turns on tonight.
Hook, with as much experience as you have coming back from last year, and especially the skill kids, are we adding things to the offense weekly?
A little bit. We added a little bit of a perimeter play this week, I guess you would call it. But Coach Kelly, he doesn't want to give too much right at the start. We'll look a little different as time goes on. Is this a anticipated game? Yes, but it's week 2. It's not conference or anything like that. So we're keeping a few things, on the back burner, to get ready for conference, get ready for sectional, and that's a long ways off. But we've got a pretty nice package in right now. Coach Kelly will formation some kids up a little bit, and hopefully that confuses people a little bit, and we'll go from there.
Well, one of the things that you didn't do a whole lot last week, and I'm not even sure if you needed to do it all, was throw the ball. So no one has really even seen that yet.
Right. We didn't throw the ball too much last week. Just a handful of plays. I think we completed one, and that ended up maybe being a negative play. But, we want to throw the ball. I think that adds to your package. Makes you tougher to defend.
Sure.
Last week, Wabash didn't defend our run very well. It was kind of a sloppy night out. We just kind of stuck with what we had to go on. We would like to throw the ball. 400 yards rushing is nice, but I would like to put some doubt in some people's mind. And we had enough doubt in Wabash's mind last week. We didn't have to. Tonight, I don't know.
And last week the conditions weren't that favorable to put the ball in the air.
Yeah, and Knox kept throwing it a little bit, and I don't think it was so much the grip of the ball. It was the footing out there. It was tough for linemen. They were slipping around. It was tough for receivers. They were slipping around. Hopefully tonight that is not the case, and teams will be able to throw. And, like I said, we would like to be able to throw some.
Sure. That was Zebra head coach Brian Hooker in the pregame show. That's going to wrap up the Rochester Iron and Metal pregame show here on WROI. Kick right now from Knox High School. The Knox Redskins won the toss, elected to defer, which means the Zebras will get the ball first. So Knox ready to go.
Prater back for Rochester, deep.
Short kick, muffed at the 21, picked up at the 19.
Prater at the 20. At the 25, slipped
Still
a
on
tackle.
feet.
But Knox with a couple of red jerseys right there in his face. Didn't let him go any further than about the 26. So that's where Rochester will start their first series of the game from their own 26-yard line right in the middle of the field, going to our right.
Into the wind.
Yeah, not much to it anymore. Before
Still
the game.
Blowing pretty good off
you're
the
right.
top of the goalpost.
I was looking at the flags on here. They're not
they're
moving, but the flags on the top of the goalpost on the south wind, about 10 mile an hour right now. Zebras at the line of scrimmage. Brady Perez, your quarterback. Bryce Abbott, the fullback. Matt Leeson there is the tailback. He's a split. The Prater is the flanker to the right side. Wilson Dalton tight end right. Brady Perez under center on 1st and 10. Brady takes a snap. Hands off to Abbott. Abbott hit right at the line of scrimmage. Falls ahead for maybe one. Not a lot there. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Rochester Zebras here at Knox High School. Not a lot there for the running back, Bryce Abbott, on the first play of the game. And actually, we'll give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Saw number 22, Patrick, in there on that tackle.
We're going to say that name a lot tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and put myself on recording on that and just hit play.
2nd and 8 for the Zebras. Prater is flanker to the right. Lease is flanker left. Lone back is Bryce Abbott. Perez under center. Prater goes in motion left. Gets the pitch. Gets some blockers. There's a hold on the play. Trying to get to the edge. And Knox is going to drive him backwards about 3 yards. He's going to be driven backward to about the 24-yard line. So he's going to lose about 3 yards, which probably will bring up a decline, I'm guessing. It is a hold on the Rochester Zebras, so we'll wait to see what Knox is going to do. It'll be 2nd down at about, 25 or so, or Knox will decline it, and it'll be 3rd down at about 13. 3rd down at about 12, make that.
I bet they'll decline that.
It is declined, so that'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Zebras, 3rd and about 12, with 10:58 to play in the first quarter here at Knox High School. The ball in the far hash, which is the Rochester sideline. Zebras break the huddle. They're in their new white jerseys with gold numbers.
Yeah, a little tricky to see.
A lot tricky to see. Wriston wide to the near side. Eye backs for Perez. Prater split left. Make that Prater is dotting the I this time. Perez back to pass, rolls on the near side, got some pressure, steps back, now goes to the left side, picks up a block, he's going to tuck, and he's going to run. He gets a block from Abbott. It could be a clip, and there it is.
It is, yep, blocking the back.
So Brady Perez is going to pick up about 5 yards on the run, but Bryce Abbott's going to be called for the illegal block, a block in the back, and that's going to bring up either 4th down at about 8 or 3rd and about 23. Actually, it might be further back than that. That might be declined again if so they're still looking at the Knox sideline, and Knox, I believe, is going to back him up. They are. They're going to accept the penalty. They're going to back him up.
Play for field position.
Right on, absolutely.
Rochester ought to punt into that wind.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. So the original line of scrimmage on this drive was the 26-yard line, and this is going to back him up. The penalty is going to back him up to the 9.
That was a personal foul. I don't know what that signal is. It looked like a crackback block or some type. It looked at the clipping, but it's a personal foul.
Illegal block in the back, yeah.
3rd and 26 now for Rochester, back at their own 9-yard line. Do we have a play for 26 yards?
Well, it would involve throwing the football, which we haven't seen yet.
So Brady Perez will be in the shotgun formation. He'll have a receiver to the left side, a receiver to the near side, which is Prater. Bryce Abbott is to the right of Perez, and the slot to the right side is Matt Lease. 10 on the play clock on 3rd and 26. Low snap. Brady Perez picks it up off his shoe tops, steps into it, hit as he throws. It is complete.
And it's going to be
And I
short.
believe that was complete to Lease. Matt Lease was the receiver that grabbed that. It did get positive yards. It'll bring up 4th down and about 8 for Rochester. They get it back to the 28-yard line. 4th and 8 for Rochester. A 16-yard pitch and catch from Brady Perez to Matt Lease.
Rochester there, 2 penalties, 1 decline.
Prater back deep to receive the punt from Brady Perez. Like Brad said, kicking into the wind. High snap, jumps up, grabs it, brings it down. Nice kick. Angles to the Rochester sideline. It takes a side bounce and goes out of bounds at the Knox 34-yard line. So Not a bad punt by Brady Perez, and Knox will start about their own 33, 34-yard line. Now going to our left with 9:50 to play. In the first quarter, no score here at Knox High School. Speaking of scores, Brad, you have a couple?
Yeah, North Miami leads Central Noble early 7-6, and Southwood leads Oak Hill after one 7-0.
North Miami now up 14. Make that Central Noble now up 14-7. We'll try to get as many of those scores as we can for tonight. So Rose brings the club to the line of scrimmage. Behind him is Patrick. Prater goes in motion to the right side. Patrick gets the carry. Hit hard at the 35, falls across to the 36. Wilson Dalton there to hit him first. Also Matt Lease there to hit him for the Rochester Zebras.
Patrick had 120 yards and a couple touchdowns last week for Knox.
A couple other scores. Pioneer up 24-0 on Winnemac.
Oh, my gosh.
Cass leads McConaughey 8-0. Looks like Rodaball with a 25-yard touchdown pass to Zach for Cass. Pioneer early. 2nd and
7 for Knox. The pitch goes to Patrick to the near side. Cuts it back inside. Drags about 4 Zebra tacklers across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be shy of a first down, but it'll bring up 3rd down at about 1 for the Redskins.
For Knox having a sophomore quarterback, inexperienced, he has his absolute best friend and number 22 there, Mr. Patrick. Hand the ball off and let him run.
Yeah.
We're going to get a heavy dose of him tonight, and why not? So it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Redskins at their own 42-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field with 8:40 to play in the first quarter. Patrick, the lone back, and the flanker to the near side is Patrick. Rose ducks up under center on 3rd and 1. Patrick goes in motion. Prater went in motion right. Patrick gets the carry. He picks up 2 yards and another. And a Knox first down as he gets it out to his own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redskins at their own 44. Again, 8:20 to play in the first quarter, no score. Ball in the middle of the field. McIntyre comes wide to the near side. Split right for Knox is Geller. Patrick the lone back. Faked handoff. Rose back to pass. Has a receiver right down the middle of the field and is incomplete. Intended receiver was Prater, and Brady Perez breaks up the pass, or that thing was going to the house. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Perez timed that just perfectly, too. Just as he started to get his fingers on the ball, separated him.
Logan Sport leads the Hot Dogs of Frankfurt 14-0.
Thank you.
Yep.
2nd down and 10 for the Redskins. Again, ball at their own 44-yard line. McIntyre comes wide to the near side. Prater will go split right and he'll be in the slot to the right side as Larson's wide to the right side. On the end around, Prater is, I believe that
20.
was Levens with the end around carry, gets a yard.
Was that Tarrant with the tackle?
Could have been.
Gary and Tarrant, I think it was 20. The numbers are impossible for me. I'm colorblind to boot.
Low, perfect. It's amazing what you find out after the fact. You ask somebody to help you call.
Well, I don't want to tell you I'd have lost
A
my job.
colorblind color man.
3rd and 9 for the Redskins. On the jet sweep, faked it. Here comes the pressure. Zane Gilbert drops it in with a fumble in the field. Rochester picks up the fumble. Guess who? Tyler Walker picks it up. Zane Gilbert strips it. Walker picks it up, and the Rochester Zebras will take over on the fumble recovery.
Well, it was turnovers last week that sparked Rochester's win over Wabash on the interception.
Manchester leads Bluffton 7-6 early.
Fantastic play by Gilbert there. Shot right up the gut, grabbed him, flipped him around, and Walker's always around the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's see if Rochester can take advantage of this turnover in short field.
1st and 10 for the Rochester Zebras at the Knox 37-yard line. Ball in the far hash, Rochester's sideline. Prater comes wide to the near side. Risson split left. Prater under center. Here's the carry off the left side. And the ball carry gets across the 35. Having a really hard time seeing those numbers.
I'm guessing it's Prater.
Nope. Tarrant, I believe.
Tarrant.
Yep. Garion. Tarrant with a carry. Picked up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tarrant will be the tailback again. Allen is wide to the near side. Prater split left. Dalton is tight to the left side. On 2nd down, Gary and Tran again off the right side. Positive yards. He gets close to the 30, but give him the 31. It'll pick up 3. It'll be third down and about 3 for the Rochester Zebras. Somebody's getting it.
That's funny. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. He's getting it.
I tell you what, that's funny.
3rd and 3. Full house backfield. Ball
Rochester
loose.
fumbles.
Still loose. And it looks like Rochester's going to keep possession at the line of scrimmage. No.
Knox
got it. Knox got it. Knox wasn't indicating they had the ball, nor were the officials until late, and Knox will grab the fumble recovery and take over at their own 31.
It's like Patrick come up with it.
Giveth and take it away.
So 1st and 10 for the Knox Redskins at their own 31-yard line with 6:24 to play.
That was just a quarterback-center exchange
Yep.
that went bad. The ball hit the ground and rolled in Knox's direction.
Larson wide to the right side. McIntyre split right. I-backs for Rose, whose hands off to Prater off the right side. Prater picks up 1 or 2. It'll be 2nd and long for the Knox Redskins with 6:15 to play in the first quarter.
Zebras are doing a great job of gang tackling right now. I know the Parker boy is a load, but it seems like Zebras are working together, getting on it, and gang tackling and bringing them down.
Northfield leads Peru 14-6.
Northfield does?
Yeah.
Wow. They graduated a bunch too, didn't they?
Geller wide to the right side. Yep. Split backs for Rose. Rose, get to Patrick. Patrick over the right side. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Who dropped him?
I think
Lamb.
Wilson Dalton is what I thought.
Yep.
89.
Lamb and Dalton was right there to drop him. It'll be 3rd and about 8 for the Knox Redskins at their own 33-yard line. Ball on the far hash. Again, the Rochester sideline. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Knox looking at 3rd down and 8 from their own 33 with 5:25 to play in the first quarter. McIntyre comes wide to the near side. Flanker to the left is Patrick. Prater, that is. Patrick the lone back. On 3rd and 8. Rose under center. Back to pass.
Pressure.
Here comes the pressure. Steps up. Throws it over the middle. It's incomplete over the head of Prater, who was wide open, and that'll bring up 4th and 8.
Right up the guts. They blitzed right in his face.
The pressure came, and Perez was there to make the interception. He just reacted too late to the football to get his hands under it.
And it looks like Knox will bring on the punting unit, and coming on will be Patton Scheidler, a junior, to kick it away. And Hayden Prater stands back at about his 40-yard line. Now back to his 35 as Knox will be kicking with the wind. With 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, no score. The Zebras will have it for the 3rd time this quarter here coming up unless we have a muff. Ball gets away, kind of a rugby-style kick. And it bounces at the 40 and goes out of bounds. Where will they mark it? The 42.
Perez came off that left side untouched. He about got it. They left him unblocked.
Yeah, it's a good thing their punter rolled to the right because Perez was coming from the opposite direction.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Zebras at their own 42-yard line on the far hash. Now going to our right. No score here early on at Knox High School. Zebras break the huddle and have to run 20 yards to the ball. Prater is the flanker to the left side. Tarrant is the flanker to the right side. Abbott is the lone back. Allen is split out to the near side. Tarrant goes in motion left. Busted play in the backfield. Brady Perez keeps it. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage +1. A serious busted play.
Well, I think they were looking for that reverse coming back the opposite way, but Knox got people in the backfield, kind of blew up the play. Perez had to keep it and turn straight up, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Well, they're going to say he lost half a yard.
No, he gained a yard.
We're going, oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
2nd and 9 for the Zebras.
We're 50 feet up. Our minds aren't working right tonight.
Prater split to the near side. Allen is the flanker right. Lone back is Abbott. Back to pass is Perez. 2-step drop. Goes to the flat. It is complete. Shakes the tackler, and he gets it out to close to 1st down yardage.
That spot should be a first down, but they're not going to give it to him.
I'm sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to say he's a half-yard shy of first down.
B.J. Barnes picks up 8 yards on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for Rochester at the Knox 49-yard line. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, no score. The Zebras with 3rd and 1.
Is he 2 for 2 passing now?
Yeah.
Man.
Way to go, Mac. I bet you talk about a no-hitter, don't you? Riston split left, split backs for Rochester. On 3rd and 1. Brady Perez tries to draw Knox off sides, cannot. Abbott has it. He has the first down at the 45, falls across the 45 to the 43.
That's the biggest hole Rochester's had to run through all night.
That was right behind the right guard and the right tackle, too. Is Plummer the right guard?
Maybe.
6 yards for Abbott on that. And Rochester's first down.
First down for Rochester. Now ball spotted at the Knox 43-yard line. I-backs for Brady Perez. Tarrant is the I-back with Prater wide to the near side. Tough exchange from Perez to Abbott. Abbott able to keep possession of the football but get it back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was just looked
We were
ugly.
lucky.
Yeah, we were.
2nd and 10 for Rochester with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Still no score here at Knox High School.
Both teams with a turnover early in this football game.
Central Noble now leads North Miami 21-7. Riston wide to the left side. 2 tight ends now for Rochester. Abbott's the other tight end. Out of the shotgun formation is Perez on the option. Brady flips it out to Tarrant. Gary Tarrant is caught at the 41-yard line. He picks up 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Rochester Zebras. And how about that closing speed by the Redskin defense?
There was nobody there, and then poof, 22 arrives.
22. That's all we've said tonight.
Jeez.
This cat is really good.
Very impressive for him to close on the perimeter like that. He doesn't get him. Rochester's probably sitting there 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you're right.
3rd down and 8 for the Zebras. Prater goes wide to the left side. Nick Allen split right out of the shotgun is Brady Perez with a back to each side of him. Brady Perez looks left, throws left, got a receiver. It's Tarrant. It is complete on that far sideline.
Great catch by Tarrant.
Brought down at the 26-yard line. So the first down for the Rochester Zebras on a 15-yard pitch and catch from Brady Perez to Gary Tarrant.
And that was a long throw. Perez rolled
Up there, didn't it?
That's Prater.
That was Prater?
Yeah, it looks to be Prater that caught that ball. And what a beautiful pass by Perez on an out route.
Folks, we apologize. Beautiful facilities here at Knox. We are up a long way, and the color scheme not.
Those are great-looking uniforms that Rochester has on, but
Not
whoever
broadcast.
thought gold numbers was a good idea has never sat in a press box.
Not broadcast friendly, that's for sure. Tarrant dots the I. Perez, or make that Abbott, gets the carry, tries the left side, gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, once he stopped and started to change directions, it was over very quickly.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 for the Zebras with $1:15 to play in the first quarter, no score. And the wind is beginning to pick up a little more than what it was when we kicked this one off. We might have to show it you're down, Mac, or that might be Brad. We'll wait and see. So 2nd and 10 for the Zebras.
Yeah, they had 12 guys in there.
Rochester struggling to get people in position.
Perez under center. Back to pass. Rolls to the near side. Now back to the left. Now throws right. The wind's going to hold the ball up, and it is incomplete, intended for Prater, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Boy, he had receivers wide open going down the center of the field. He needs to throw that ball more on a rope if he's going to throw into the wind like that.
Yeah, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd and 10? I thought we were just at 3rd and 10, but okay. 3rd and 10 for Rochester at the Knox 26-yard line. Yeah, if we're going to throw the ball tonight, it's going to have to be little short dumps.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, you can throw it downfield, but you can't throw it 20 feet in the air.
Yeah,
the wind's
especially
going to
against the
grab a
wind.
hold of it, yeah.
So 3rd and 10 for Rochester. Prater goes wide to the near side. Riston split left. Tarrant dots the I. Brady Perez under center. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Rolls to the near side. He got some pressure. Steps up. Throws down the near sideline. Overthrows the receiver, which is Prater again. It'll be 4th and 10. And that
Well,
one was
have we got a field goal kicker from that distance?
Boy, I don't know.
Not into the wind.
That's a 43-yarder
Into the wind.
into the wind, so Rochester will go for it. Maybe even they might even pooch this one. I mean, Brady Perez is the punter.
Yeah. Aim for the corner.
36 seconds to play. First quarter, no score. Rochester 4th and 10 at the Redskins 26-yard line. The play just does come in from the sideline. Rochester is going to have to hurry or take a timeout because now we're down to 5 on the play clock. to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, and now Rochester takes a timeout. 36 seconds to play, first quarter, timeout Zebras. You're listening to Rochester Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
Rochester, after their timeout, will be looking at 4th down and 10 with 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. And looks like they will go for it. But we could see a little pooch here as well from Brady Perez, who was also the punter. So Riston is wide to the near side. Nick Allen is split left. Tarrant, make that Prater is to the right of Brady Perez, who's in the shotgun. Snap to Perez. Long drop. Here comes the screen. Gets it to Hayden Prater. Prater cuts it back to the middle. Back towards the left side at the 20.
Get the first down.
Trying to get to the edge. And is shy of the first down by a yard. If he'd have ran just straight south.
Absolutely. If he'd have just kept going towards the goal, he'd have got the first down. He kept running sideways.
He picks up 9 yards, and that'll be a Knox first down. Great play call. It was there. It was wide open.
Yep. Just got to be aware of what you got to do to get the first down.
So Rochester now on defense as Knox comes to the huddle with 24.6 to play in the third quarter. No score here at Knox. Knox will have it 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The ball in the far hash. Rose to the line of scrimmage, now under center. Patrick behind him. Here's a snap. Here's the pitch to Patrick. Coming to the near side. Patrick looking for the edge at the 20. Turns the corner at the 25. At the 30 and ran out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Nice hard run by Patrick. And he picks up about 15 yards as he gets it to the 32 with 17 seconds to play in the first quarter.
That should be illegal for a man that size to have speed like that as well. That's
He just ran away from the defense.
Yeah.
If he ever gets going north-south, look out.
1st and 10 for Knox. They have twin receivers to the right side. Patrick is offset to the right. Prater in motion on the jet sweep going right. Gets the pitch. Nice chip block by Patrick. And Prater carries off the right side and gets 9 yards, close to 10.
Patrick just punched Walker in the mouth on that little block in the back, and Walker's still back there holding his chin.
So it'll be a 9-yard pickup. No, it'll be a 10-yard pickup for Patrick, and a Knox Redskin first down as they take it out to their own 42-yard line, and the clock rolls, and that might be the final play of the first quarter. We're scoreless after one. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back at Knox High School, we're going to the second quarter with Knox and Rochester scoreless. And Knox with this series running the ball. Tarrant, that is, playing really good offense for us. Rochester, he's getting a start tonight because of the injury to Jackson. Prater comes in motion, gives underneath to the fullback, Patrick. Patrick carries it across the 45, still pushing the Zebra tacklers ahead, and he gets it to the 49. Give him 7 on that.
4 yards till he was contacted, then 4 Zebras went for a ride for 3 yards.
So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for Knox at their own 49-yard line. Ball in the near hash, which is the Knox sideline. McIntyre goes wide to the left side. Heller is in the slot to the left side. Rose under center with 2 wings to the right and to the left. On the jet sweep, carry to the left side.
By 20.
Levens off the left side.
Going to pick up a first down for Knox.
Give him 4.
Lamb busted through the line, about had him in the backfield, missed a tackle. 2-yard loss to a
a 4-yard gain.
4-yard gain for a first down.
In Zebra territory at the 47-yard line. A minute gone here in the second quarter. We're scoreless. Knox 1st and 10 at the Rochester 47. Prater is the flanker to the left side, the wing back to the left side. And Patrick the lone back. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Fakes the pitch, gives off to Patrick. He rumbles across the 45 to the 43.
Knox is starting to put together. I mean, that's their 4th or 5th positive play in a row.
Starting to run downhill a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're starting to feel very good about where they're at on offense.
Yeah. They're the ones firing out into Rochester. It's not coming from the other side.
We need a stop or a negative play or something just to change the momentum for one play.
2nd and 6 for the Redskins. Prater in motion to the near side, gets a pitch. Looking for the corner, turns the corner, stiff arms the Rochester defender, jumps ahead, close to the 40. I think they're going to give him the 41. Might pick up 2. It'll be 3rd down for Knox and about 4, maybe 4 or 5. We're going to say 5, I guess.
Rochester had some pretty good penetration that time from Lamb and Dalton on the tight end over here on this near side, but still not able to stop them from picking up positive yardage.
3rd and 5 for the Knox Redskins at the Rochester 41-yard line.
Let's get a stop.
Rose up under center. Motion man going to the left. We're going to have a false start against the Knox Redskins, and that'll back them up 5. So that'll bring up 3rd down at about 9.5 or 10.
This is a big 3rd down here, too, because you're not going to go for it at midfield. So if we can get a stop, they're going to kick into the wind.
Yeah.
You're right.
So back them up 5. It'll be 3rd and 9. Back at the 46 now of Rochester. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. 10-10 to play, first half, no score. Knox with it 3rd and 9 at the Rochester 46. McIntyre goes split to the left side. Lovins in the slot to the left side. Wing to the left is Prater. In the shotgun now is Rose. Rose back to pass. Looks right, throws right. On the comeback, Larson was open, short-hopped him a little bit. It'll be 4th down and 9 for the Knox Redskins at the Rochester 46.
Rose now 0 for 3 throwing the football. That's as many times as they threw it all week last week.
Well,
with about the same
torrential
results.
Downpour.
Yeah, with about the same results.
So Knox will line up in punt formation. Prater back at his 20. Here's a snap. Here comes the pressure. The kick gets it away, is hung up in the wind, and goes out of bounds.
The referee didn't even see it. He's still running towards the end zone.
The referee walks back towards the Rochester end zone. And the ball goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, so that's where Rochester will start this drive. Again, no score, just under 10 to play in the first half. Ball in the near hash.
I think that was like a 12-yard punt.
That wind did funky things to it as it hung up there.
That's good for Rochester's defense there, though.
Yeah, it was a good stop.
After 6-7 positive plays, they're able to stop and get the ball back.
Riston goes wide to the right side. Wide to the near side is Allen. Prater dots the I. Perez hands off to Abbott. Abbott right up the middle and tackled at about the 34-yard line. Give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I will say what I've watched for a quarter and a couple minutes now, these boys are evenly matched. I mean, the teams are very identical.
Yeah.
2nd down and 8 for the Rochester Zebras.
63 years ago, the final score was 13-7. We might see something like that again this time.
And we're well on our way. Allen White make that B.J. Barnes split to the near side. Brady Perez turning around, talking to the backs. Prater in the I formation along with Abbott. Brady Perez under center, takes a snap. Pitches out to Prater. Prater going right, looking for the edge. There's a hold on the play. Knox grabs him at the line of scrimmage, and Prater dives ahead to the 45. But there's a flag on the play, and usually something like that is a hold against the offense.
This will be the third penalty on Rochester.
So it'll be a hold against the Rochester Zebras. And
That's
it'll back Rochester up.
Back to about the 25-yard line.
It'll be second and about 18 for the Z's with 9:14 to play. In the first half, no score here at Knox High School. Coming up at halftime the week that was in Rochester Athletics.
Can't afford to be playing behind the sticks this far, on the road against a really good team. Second and 13, 14, 15 is just not feasible.
Yeah. Rochester had a couple hundred yards of rushing by this time last week. They've got 17 this week.
Actually, I think it'll be second and 17 because I think the hold came at the 45. The line of scrimmage was the 40.
That's the 35.
I'm sorry, the 35. The line of scrimmage was a 34. So I think it'll be second and 17. And the ball will be marked back at about the 25-yard line of the Rochester Zebras with a 9:14 to play in the first half.
I tell you what, we've seen one screen pass come in. Yeah, watch out for another.
Yeah, I agree. Zebras will break the huddle. Riston wide to the near side. Nick Allen split right. Prater and Abbott in the I formation. Perez back to pass. Three-step drop. Throw to the flat is incomplete. Intended for Allen, and that'll bring up third down and 17. It was there in the flat, just underthrew him a bit.
Good idea. Cut that distance in half, going to the further. Then you can come back and run probably the same play and get the first down.
Third and 17 for the Zebras back at their 25-yard line. Tarrant brings the play in from the sideline. He'll now be the I back in the I formation. Two receivers on the near side. Perez under center. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the near side. He's got a blocker in front. Run it, young man. Steps up. Throws it. It is incomplete behind Wilson Dalton. And that'll bring up fourth down and 17.
Now, if it's not 4th and 17, but 4th and 7, he easily runs for it. But 4th and 17, he had a blocker out front, but he ain't getting 17 yards there.
Yeah.
So
8:52 to play in the first half. Rochester will be back to punt, punting with the wind, and Prater, the dangerous Prater, back deep to receive the kick for the Knox Redskins.
we're definitely not near as aggressive this week as we were last week, attacking Wabash. We're not attacking Knox. I mean, what was that, her 5th pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady Perez, the punter. Here comes a little pressure. Gets it away. High kick. Spiral kick. Prater on the run. Grabs it and falls down at his 44. So Knox will have it first and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Now going to our right. Ball will be on the far hash, which is the Rochester sideline.
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
5 minutes to go in the first half.
You're going to give me the Pioneer score, aren't you?
Pioneer 46, Winamac 5.
Or 5?
I'm sorry, Winamac 0.
Oh, okay.
5 minutes to go in the first half. I just wanted to see if you were listening to me.
I wasn't.
Kaiser gets pulled at halftime, right?
Didn't last week.
Poor kid.
Rose gives to Prater. Dodges the tackler in the backfield. Stiffs arm another. Looking for the edge.
no.
Stiffs arm another. He is down the Pioneer, the Knox sideline, and he gets out to the Rochester 46. Fantastic individual effort by Prater, who could have been tackled in the backfield for 5 yards loss and then tackled for no gain, but stiff arm both, and then give another stiff arm at about the 48-yard line and picked up for enough for a Knox first down.
Riston ate a full hand of fist right there. Holy moly, that's a stiff arm.
First and 10 for the Redskins, now at the Rochester 46. Rose under center. Pitches out of the back going left. He outruns the Rochester defenders to the edge and picks up positive yards, about 7.
Crick, Dusty Crick.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Knox with 8:18 to play in the first half. Ball was resting at the Rochester 43-yard line. Rose breaks the huddle. McIntyre will go split to the left side. Larson, wide right. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Rose gives
Nice
to the
play.
receiver or the running back going left, and that's Lovins. And Lovins is going to be stopped for a 3-yard loss, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Zach Graham, beautiful play, gets through the line, wraps him up, and drops him for a loss.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Redskins. Again, the ball at the 46 now of Rochester with 7.5 minutes to play. In the first half, no score. And Patrick comes back into the football game.
I don't know about you guys, but as it's getting darker, the numbers are showing up easier for me. I know you both are a little bit older than me, but my eyes are working.
Wow. Yeah. McIntyre split left. Rose under center with 18 on the play clock. Fakes a handoff, rolls to the near side. Here comes the pressure. Throws it down the field. It is complete. Complete to Geller, who takes it to the Rochester 27-yard line, and another Redskin first down.
The wind helped the ball on that time. He threw it up in the air, but it hung up a while. Receiver turns around, and poof, there it is.
Rose had about three white jerseys in his grill and is still able to get it away. Nice hands by Geller, who brings it in for a first down. 7 minutes to play, first half.
That was the first completion for Rose. 21 yards.
1st and 10 for Knox. Rose under center. Gives to Patrick, shakes one tackler at the 25. Pushes the zebra pile ahead to about the 22. Give him close to 5 yards. And another second down and short coming up for Knox.
I don't know what zebra that was unblocked. Parker shook him like a bad cold. Took it 5 yards right up the field.
Right. Well, we talked about it pregame. This is not somebody you're going to bring down just because you bumped into him.
Yeah, you can't go high. You cannot go high. It's going to be ugly.
Patrick, the lone back. Lovins, the right wing back. Lowe goes in motion to the left side. Here's the pitch to Patrick going left. Lamb grabs him by the shirt, flings him around, and I believe he still picked up positive yardage, did Patrick. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Knox Redskins. They're going to give him anything? Maybe not.
3rd and about 5.
1. 3rd and 4 now for Knox. 6 minutes to play in the first half.
Can't kick a field goal from here with the wind blowing straight in their face. This is 2-down territory, so.
And 22 each time.
Yeah.
Larson brings a play in from the sideline for Knox. Knox still in the huddle with 12 on the play clock. They break the huddle with 9. They're going to have to hurry. Down to 6. Down to 4. Rose under center with 3. With 2. Gets a play off. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Knocked away.
They calling that live? Oh, I was going to say. I can't call that live.
Zach Graham batted the ball away, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Nice job. Great defensive effort by Graham. Getting his hands up and elevating off the ground, swatting that ball backwards.
Mr. Walker put on a lesson this week, and apparently Zach Graham was a student.
4th and 4 for Knox. Ball resting at the Rochester 21-yard line. McIntyre goes split to the right side. Geller goes wide right. Pack to the lone back. Patrick comes in motion. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Patrick on the
little flip.
Yeah, the fullback pass. Flips it out to Prater. Incomplete. Rochester will take over on downs.
We have found something maybe he doesn't excel at, because that was a duck.
He tried to throw that football like it was a baseball.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a...
So Rochester dodges a bullet there with 5:25 to play in the first half, and will take over on downs. And it'll be at their own 21-yard line, now going to our left with the wind. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. At halftime, Central Noble leads North Miami 28-7. Rochester going to go to a 2 tight end and full house backfield. Perez hands off to Tarrant. Tarrant off the right side. Good run as he crosses the 25 to the 26. Give him 5, it'll be 2nd and 5.
Did a good job of keeping his feet chopping. Got a few extra yards. Looks like the Zebras are going to, with the full house backfield there, I imagine the Zebras with 5 minutes to go Coach Hooker would like to sustain, get the running game going, milk some clock, not give Knox another possession.
Gary and Tarrant now dots the I. Just a junior for the Rochester Zebras. Perez under center on 2nd and 5. He gets the ball again off the right. Nope, that's Matt Lease.
Big hole.
Off the right sideline. Lease at the 50.
Feet.
Spins away from some Knox tacklers and gets to the Knox 45-yard line. Matt Lease, a huge run for the Rochester Zebras.
Fantastic hole. From up here, I saw that hole. He hit the hole hard, and as we talked pregame, I think if we get to the outside, we've got speed.
29 yards on the pickup for Lease.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the Knox 46-yard line. Rochester quickly on the football. Clock rolls with 4:40 to play.
Now what?
The clock wasn't rolling.
Oh.
Northfield leads Peru at halftime, 21-6. So Rochester quickly on the ball. Matt Lease dots the I. Tight end to the right side is Dalton. Wide to the right side is Prater. Wide to the near side is Allen. Perez under center, takes a snap. Hands off to Lease again, up the middle. Matt Lease bouncing off some red jerseys. Crosses the 45 and gets it to about the 42-yard line. I think if he saw something to the left and then cut it back to the right. I think if he keeps coming to the right, or the left that is, he's got bigger yards.
Behind Abbott, yeah.
I was watching Weaver as well. He had his guy pinned down. He needed to go to the outside, not back to the inside. It was a good block by Dylan Weaver there.
And you can only see that because we're so high in the press box.
And that was the same exact play called the other way, was it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Matt Lease comes out of the game. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Zebras. Tarrant to the left of Perez. Abbott to the right. Brady in the shotgun formation. On 2nd and 6, Perez back to pass. Looks left. Throws it off his back foot down the field. It is incomplete. Over the head of Nick Allen, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Actually, it was a really nice pass because the receiver had position. The DB was behind him, kind of like going up for a rebound.
And now you're throwing it with the wind at your back, and that time I think he threw it, and the wind carried it a little bit.
3:40 to play in the first half. Rochester 3rd down and 6 at the Knox 42-yard line. Prater split to the left. Tarrant and Abbott in the I formation. Brady Perez under center. Brady takes a snap. Hands off to Tarrant. Gary and Tarrant off the right side. Slips across the 40. Dives ahead to the 38. He's going to get 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and about 1 for the Rochester offense at the Knox 38-yard line with 3:25 to play in the first half.
Go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely go for it.
I think they found something here on this drive.
Yeah. They're going to run that exact same play.
So Rochester quickly on the ball. No, they're not. They're going to go to 2 tight ends and a straight T backfield. Brady Perez quickly with a snap. Tarrant off the right side, looking for the edge. Knox not going to let him get there. He's going to get a yard, and Rochester going to turn it over on downs.
Different play, same direction. Right tackle, right guard, they're running heavily behind them right now.
So it'll be 1st down. It'll be 1st down for Knox at their own 38-yard line with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. We haven't seen them throw a whole lot. I know they're going to be against the wind here.
Yeah.
But, man, look out for those slants across the middle.
One completion out of 6 attempts.
1st and 10 for Knox at their own 37. With 3:03 to play in the first half, Rose coming back on the field for the Redskins. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman.
This is called Zane Gilbreth time. Last week he sat back, picked one off, took it to the house. I'd like to see that again.
That was
a game changer last week.
Exactly right.
Well, now's the time to do it, boys.
And we need a game changer tonight.
Knox breaks the huddle with 12 on the play clock. Patrick, the lone back. Prater in the flanker to the left side. Now comes in motion. On the dive. Patrick gets the carry, and he's tackled about by 4 or 5 Zebras. He gets a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 2:50 to play in the first half.
Rochester's defense has been pretty relenting there in the middle, again with Patrick pounding up front. He's only got 45 yards on 10 carries.
2nd and 9 for the Redskins at their 38. Clock rolls late in the first half here at Knox High School. We're down to 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Rose brings the club to the line of scrimmage. Sets the club. Prater comes in motion to the near side on the jet sweeps. Caught in the backfield and dropped. Matt Lease there hitting first. Brady Perez also there.
Rochester once again with good penetration into the backfield. That time Lease able to make the stop.
And Prater is going to lose 3 yards for Knox. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now with 2 minutes to play in the first half.
McConaughey Cass, they're tied 14-14 with 6:12 left in the first half. Logan leads Frankfort 42-0 at halftime. And I have to say it, boys, but Pioneer now leads 54-0. They're still in the first half.
There's going to be a lot of games like that.
On the draw, gives to Prater. Prater at the 40, at his own 45, across the frost. I'm sorry, Patrick, yes, I'm sorry. And is tackled at the 44-yard line, so he gets 10. That'll bring up 4th down and 3, and on comes the punting unit, I think.
Rochester has 2 timeouts.
And they'll use one right now.
There we go.
Rochester takes a timeout with 90 seconds to play in the first half. We'll take one as well. It's a 60. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner, and Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Knox punched the ball away on 4th and 4, and it gets a good roll as it rolls inside the Rochester 30 to the 28. So Rochester, with a win and 1 timeout, will have a minute 28 to work with. Still no score here at Knox High School. This has been a really good first half.
It has. Both teams pretty much identical as far as the number of plays, number of series, and they've all ended the same way: punt, fumble, or downs.
Evenly matched game.
Yep.
You got a 0-0 score. You know what, though? This is football. This is what it is right here.
This is grinded out kind of football. Rochester's had a little bit of success throwing the football, but they're in desperate need of a few more completions.
Prater wide to the right side. Terrence and Abbott in the I formation. Brady Perez under center, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's got time, steps up, throws right. It is incomplete off the fingertips of the defensive back, defensive corner for Knox.
They were lucky that wasn't intercepted.
2nd down and 10 for Rochester with 1:21 to play in the first half.
CMA leads Tippecanoe Valley 7-0 early in that game. Culver leading South Central 14-0.
0-0 here at Knox High School between the Knox Redskins and the Rochester Zebras. 1:21 to play. First half, Rochester 2nd down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. B.J. Barnes wide to the right side. Prater split right, or split left, that is. Fake handoff again. Brady Perez will keep
it.
Perez at the 30, jukes one tackler and is dropped out of bounds. And I believe that Graham just got away with a push in the back. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 or 5 for the Rochester Zebras.
Perez picks up about 5.
That previous play, I think that probably scared Coach Hooker when he threw the ball up and
could have been a pick six.
It would have been. There was nobody over there.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, going half 0-0 is not a bad thing, but don't turn the ball over here.
Prater split right. Allen split left. Split backs for Perez. 3-step drop. Complete to Nick Allen as he crosses the 40 to the 42.
That's a safe play for the first down.
That'll be a Zebra first down. There hasn't been many of those in the first half.
No.
1:10 to play, first half. Clock rolls. Zebras quickly on the football. Allen wide to the near side. Prater goes split right. Wilson Dalton, tight right. Split backs for Perez. 3-step drop. Throws to the flat. Tip to the line of scrimmage. And then knocked away from Allen. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. We're down to 58 seconds to play in the first half.
I will say what is there, and I don't know if they're going to do it, but the double move on this, because these boys are going to start jumping this little 6-yard out. If you go out and up, it could be there.
Throwing with the wind is Brady Perez. 58 seconds to play in the first half. We're scoreless. Rochester 2nd and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Ball in the near hash, which is the Knox sideline. Rochester breaks the huddle. Hayden Prater and Riston go wide to the right side. Nobody is wide left. Dalton is tight left. Back to passes Perez. Rolls right. Steps up. Throws it near the sideline. It is picked off by Prater. And Prater then runs it out of bounds at about the 28.
Well, that's as good as the punt.
Well overshooting Hayden Prater on that far sideline. And Knox is going to take over after the interception on their own 27 with 50 seconds to play in the first half.
Yeah, that was I don't even think that was the win. I just think he simply put too much juice on that.
I don't think he really set his feet there.
No, he didn't.
His momentum was still moving towards the goal line. He really didn't really set up and throw the ball.
That's the second turnover for Rochester.
1st and 10 for Knox at their own 27. 50 seconds to play in the first half. Rose under center. Patrick right up the middle. Patrick slipping Rochester tacklers. Dives to the 35.
And this is where Patrick becomes really, really dangerous because everybody's tired and they're just wanting to get to halftime, and that kid is so big and strong.
Absolutely.
Giving the 36. It'll be a pickup of 9 and 2nd down and 1 with 30 seconds to play in the first half. McIntyre split left for Knox. Geller wide to the near side. Again, Patrick off the left side. Patrick's got a hole down the Rochester sideline. At the Rochester 45, cuts back inside the 40 and brought down to the 38 with 15 seconds. Clock stops. Now will Knox use a timeout? They will. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 14 seconds to play in the first half. Knox has it 1st and 10 at around the Rochester 38-yard line. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
.6 seconds to play in the first half. Knox has it after another big gainer by Dawson Patrick.
Patrick's got 47 yards in the last 3 carries.
And now they're looking at 1st down and 10 at the Rochester 38-yard line. I believe they have 2 timeouts left, I believe. So after a timeout for Knox, they've got it. 1st and 10. McIntyre split left. Larson wide to the near side. Under center's Rose. Fakes to Patrick. Back to pass. Hits wide he throws. And it's going to be picked off. Incomplete. Right through the hands of Justin Riston. So and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Who hit Rose? Is that 53 or 83? I can't read the number. I can see I'm watching the player walk around, but I can't read the number.
If it's 53, it's Plummer. I don't think we have an 83, but
okay, so
53.
Plummer's the one that hit him then.
2nd and 10 for Knox.
Hit him right in the gut.
10 seconds to play in the first half. Ball resting at the Rochester 38-yard line. Rose again under center. On the draw. Gives to Patrick. Slips another tackle. Patrick down the left side. Hit at the legs, but Patrick gets across the 30 to near the 28, and that's going to be close to another Knox first down.
He's going to pick up 11.
3 seconds to play in the first half. Give him 11. You're right. 1st and 10, and Knox will use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
28-yard line on the far hash, which is the Rochester sideline.
You're going to take a shot to the end zone, you'd think, here with 3.9.
Rose under center. 3.9 to play first half. Back to pass.
Yep.
Throws right. Got a receiver. It is incomplete. And now
all the pass interference. Are you kidding?
No way.
Both the Rochester defenders jumped on the football, and they're going to call pass interference on that.
Riston slow to get up. Brady Perez and Justin make that Nick Allen collide in the air. Allen slow to get up, and he's still hurting a little bit. They're going to call a pass interference against the Rochester Zebras, which will give Knox one more play here before halftime.
15 yards closer.
That's terrible.
That is a terrible call. Terrible call. No time on the clock.
Our DB read the route better than a receiver did.
Yeah, the receiver hadn't even turned around yet.
That is terrible.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redskins with no time on the clock.
At about the 10-yard line.
They haven't marked it off yet.
It'll be about the 14, I think.
And it'll be at the
13.
13-yard line. Final play of the first half unless Rochester commits another foul.
They're going to try to kick a field goal maybe?
No way.
No. They'll throw it to Prater. They're going to look.
They might. Yeah. They
Oh,
might.
yeah, they
Here
are. Here it comes. I would have looked for Prater in the corner of the end zone down here.
30-yard field goal, right? Would that be about 30?
Let's see. Yeah, 30. You're right. So they should kick this one from the 20.
Yeah, Prater comes off the field. So there's no chance of a fake.
Hate to see the officials give points away to a team after, a tightly contested first half.
So this will be a 31-yard field goal attempt from the far hash for Knox with no time remaining on the first half clock.
And Rochester calls. Nope, Knox calls. They ice their own kicker.
We're out of timeouts. Nope, we aren't out of
They're going
timeouts.
to ice their own kicker.
Yeah, Knox calls.
Knox will take a timeout. This will be a 31-yarder coming for the Knox Redskins on the far hash. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available.
Jeez, now it's a 32.
Lost a yard.
Try. Okay. Snap is back. Hold it down in the 32-yarder.
He can run that back.
Hang on. And I don't think we can do that in the high school levels. But Prater grabbed the short field goal attempt and was attempting to run it back. And that's going to do it for the first half. At halftime, we are scoreless here at Knox High School. The week that was and the first half numbers coming up next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
Welcome back to Knox High School. We're at halftime, and we're you can see really, well, a really good first half. We are scoreless right now, and Brad, you have the first half.
Yeah, passes 15 carries for 103 yards. Most of those, about 60 of those yards coming in the last 5 carries there at the end of the second quarter. And Jared Trader, 5 carries for 17 yards. 125 rushing yards in the first half. Rose was 1 of 5, 21 yards. That was 126 total yards of offense for Knox in that first half. Scores. Missed a field goal there to end the first half. For Rochester, Perez 2 carries for 6. Abbott 5 carries for 10 yards. Matt Lee's 2 carries for 19 yards. I'm sorry, for 32 yards. In front, 6 carries for 19 yards. Rochester total of 64 rushing yards in the first half. Perez 5 of 13 for 57 yards with an interception. That's pretty much it. That's a total of 120 yards in the first half.
Really? Gotten any closer than 20.
That field goal taking 10 yards out of the closest to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been 32 and 30.
Basically, Rochester had a big turnover earlier. Obviously, Knox had a big turnover earlier where Rochester was driving, and then we ended with our turnover. But outside of that, the game's been played between the 30s. It's back and forth, and up until that last drive from Knox, I didn't feel like any team had anything going much more than that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments are made at halftime and how much gas is built in the tank.
Well, conditioning, as Brad said earlier, the conditions are coming into a big time here early in the season, but it could come down to Knox. The best 2 they started with right now, more depth. But Parker, got the ball rolling a little bit, big, strong kid, and he's going to beat us down and work on us.
We've got 2 interception chances. They throw the ball in the goal basket. We've got to get it.
We've got to continue to tackle, to hang tackle. We've got to work together. But this game's going to come down to who makes the mistake and who doesn't.
We're at halftime, no score. We're going to come back to the week it was from Knox High School after this on 92.1 WRLI RPC TV.
Touchdowns. I mean, you don't even need
When you look at your schedule, you keep playing here, you know what? You might as well just go on, let it work, you know?
just so you know, I do have an open line. You can talk, please. You don't want to have another? Yeah.
All right, how close are we? Well,
Rochester will begin their competition season Saturday, September 8th, when they perform the competition at Goshen High School. As they take the first step in the march towards state finals competition, the Knox Community Schools and Knox Community have for the third year in a row earned the prestigious Best Communities from Youth Education.
Seward was second in a time of 16 minutes, 58 seconds. Cody Dennis 18th. Liam Rangel was 33rd. Peyton Hyatt was 34th. And Diego Ochoa was 48th. Middle school cross country at the Hokum Karam in the girls' race. Ariela Ochoa and Dee Bradley was third overall. In the guys' race, Joseph Kogler and Destin Green was first for the middle school runners. Monday night, varsity girls volleyball. Rochester defeated Triton in 3 sets, 25-13, 25-14, 25-21. On the night, Christina Town had 14 points, Katie Arnett with 11, Whitley Barkman with 9, and Olivia Riggle with 8. Christina Town had 13 kills, Olivia Riggle had 12 kills. Molly Conley with 31 assists. Digging on Monday night, Christina Town and Olivia Riggle with 8. Katie Arnett with 6, and Whitley Barkman with 5. In the JV contest, Rochester fell to Triton in 3 sets, 24-25, 25-24, 16-18. On the night, Alexis Coleman had 7 points. Chloe Harris and Kinsey Bradley each with 6. Kills Monday night, Carly Blackburn with 13. Lexi Thomas with 7. And Alexis Coleman with 6. Chloe Harris had 6 assists. And Delaney Chips with 50 digs. Tuesday night, varsity girls soccer, Rochester defeated Wabash 5-2. Dallas Holloway had 3 goals. Alina Richard and Jordan Jennings with a goal apiece. Callie Woods had 8 saves for the Lady Zebras. Rochester defeated LaVille in varsity guys soccer on Tuesday 2-0. Will Tone each had both goals for Rochester, who are now 3-1. 8th grade.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
49. Ashlyn Foster a 59, and Gabby Mayer a 65 for the Rochester Lady Zebras. Varsity volleyball Thursday night. Rochester fell to Napanee in 3 sets, 15-25, 24-26, 11-25. On the night, Olivia Smith had 6 points. Christina Town and Olivia Riggle was 6. Kills Thursday night, Olivia Riggle had 8. And Caitlin Rogers was 6. Molly Conley had 21 assists. And digging on Olivia Smith had 8 for the Rochester Lady Zebras again Thursday night. 8th grade volleyball Thursday night. Rochester defeated Tippecanoe Valley 25-16, 25-20. Kennedy Leap with 2 aces for the 8th grade. Emma Haddishell with 6 kills. And Sydney Haas with 4 digs. 7th grade lost to Tippecanoe Valley 17-25, 6-25. Isabel Dunwoody with 2 aces. Briley Elliott had 3 kills. And Mackenzie Lehman had 2 digs for the 7th grade. And boys soccer on Thursday night. I'm not sure Whitco had a goalie. Rochester defeated Whitco 18-1 for their 100th win as a program. That is the week that was. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, come back with the second half next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4. Just about ready to get the third quarter started here at Knox High School. We're scoreless still at Knox at halftime. And, Brad, you have some scores from around the area. Yes. Nope. There you go. There you go.
There we go. Central Noble 28, North Miami 7. Southwood 7, Oak Hill nothing. At halftime, Pioneer leads Winnemac 62-0. Bluffton 16, Manchester 7. Columbia City leads Whitco 14-0. LaVille over Triton 13-0. Northfield leads Peru 21-6. Rochester will be home against Peru next week. Mechanical and Lewis Cass tied at 14 at half. Culver leads South Central 20-14. And CMA leading Tippecanoe Valley 7-0. That's all.
What'd you learn at halftime, Mac?
The week that was, there you go.
Yeah.
The week that was,
yeah,
was a big week.
There's going to be more coming. It's
Holy moly.
It's going to get crazier here in a lot. You know, here's the cool thing. I'm getting middle school results now for cross country and volleyball, which we haven't had a lot in the last couple of years, so that's really cool. I appreciate all those middle school coaches. I'd like to get some football scores, Coach Held, if you're listening. I know the 8th grade lost earlier in the week to Wabash 8-0. 7th grade was not completed because of the Gage Richard injury, I believe. So I'd like to get as many kids' name on the radio as I can, so just keep sending all of them.
That's awesome. That's what it's about. Yeah. Let's get it out. Let's support Rochester athletics and talk about anybody and everybody, whatever team can get you the info.
Absolutely. I'll take, if you want my email address, it's david.musselman@infarmbureau.com. Text me, email me rather. I'll get them on. If you don't have my cell phone, I'm sure that you have friends that do.
I I will also say I appreciate the people out there that worry about me when I go away at halftime. No, I am not sitting at the concession stand pounding food.
Did you go away?
Well, yeah, when you were reading all them scores, people were wondering if I'm in a feeding trough or something.
So they'd rather hear you do the week that was.
No, I cannot do that much.
I'm just impressed you made it all the way back up here.
Exactly.
So Knox will get the football to start the second half. No score. Been a really good first half. If I were the red team, I'd give it to 22 and not stop.
You're right. We'll have to see how much gas Rochester's defense has in them, because they're going to get a steady dose of Patrick pounding on them in the second half.
So Schaefer will kick off. Brad Thomas, Con McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Home again next week with the Piru Tigers. Last report was getting...
They were getting beat by Northfield,
yeah.
So they could be coming into that game without a win.
Who did they lose to week one? Oh, Logansport.
Logansport.
Bad.
Logansport is back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Logansport's rolling tonight in the hot dog land, too.
Schaefer, low end over end kick. Taking it about the 19-yard line. Returner takes it to the 34, and that's where Knox will start this drive at their own 34-yard line. Nice pursuit there by the kickoff team.
I'm interested if Knox, the smart thing to do right here is just to give it to 22. But I have a feeling that Coach Hooker and the Zebras stressed number 22 has to be controlled.
Well, and you got to watch out for Jared Prater,
and
too.
That's what I was about to say.
You can't let Prater get out on the corners, and you got to be careful of them flipping it out there to him on those little slant passes.
High formation for Coach Hendricks and the Redskins. Back to pass is the quarterback. It is complete out there on the near side. Rose gets it out to McIntyre.
We're going to say Rochester's got
Wait a minute.
It's a reception.
No signal yet.
They're going to give it to Knox.
Rochester comes out of the huddle, the scrum. Riston has the football in hand. The officials now are meeting. McIntyre and Riston came down with the football on the ground. And
anytime there's a tie, it goes to the offense.
Absolutely.
And that's what the officials are discussing. The line judge on the sideline was ready to give Knox the first down, but the back judge come in and
they're going to give it to McIntyre.
Okay.
McIntyre and the Redskins get it out to the Rochester 48. Rose was hit hard as he released that.
He was. I think it was Plummer again.
The back judge, though, I definitely 0 for 2 for us tonight. He's the same guy that threw the handkerchief on the field for the personal foul
pass interference
call.
So that's an 18-yard pickup. Sorry, Mac.
No, you're good. You're fine.
1st and 10 for the Redskins at the Rochester 48-yard line. Rose to the line of scrimmage. Patrick right behind him. Prater goes in motion right. Patrick right up the middle. Carries a wholesale of Zebra tacklers with him. From the 46 of Rochester, he carried 3 Rochester Zebra tacklers to the 40.
Yeah,
Give him 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
I think he's feeling very comfortable where he's hitting his stride right now. Going into halftime, he got, close to 60 yards on that drive, Brad, and then now here he goes.
Yeah.
2nd and 2 for the Redskins at the Rochester 40. Rose ready. Sends a motion man to the near side. Patrick right up the middle again. Hit initially at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward to close to the 38. That's going to be close to another Redskins first down, and they're going to move the chains, give him 2. First down for Knox.
Zebras had 9 in the box there. They brought a DB off the corner for a run blitz off the side, so only 2 guys back on a play-action pass there if they decided to do that.
1st and 10 for the Knox Redskins at the Rochester 38-yard line. Patrick the lone back. The wing back to the left is Prater. Lovins to the right. On the jet sweep right, Prater has it. There's a flag in the play. Rochester pushes him back 3 yards.
That could be a holding against Knox.
Prater's going to lose 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13 if Rochester declines this penalty. It'll be a hold. Now, this could be interesting
I think
because
you take the penalty.
I think you do too, because I think now it brings up 2nd and 23.
Right.
Oh, because it's 3 yards behind the line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 22. That was thrown at the 40-yard line. The snap was at the 38, so they're going to back him up to 10. 50. So now it'll be 2nd and 22 for the Knox Redskins back at midfield with 10:23 to play in the third quarter.
Good call on that, Muss. Yeah, I forgot. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, not the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be at the 49, their own 49. 2nd and 22 for the Redskins. I-back formation for Rose. Levens dots the I. Rose under center. Gives to the tailback. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot there, maybe to midfield. Zane Gilbert there to hit him. Wilson Dalton there to hit him as well. Lamb, give him a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 21.
They got their down back on that penalty. So
it was first down. You're right. 1st and 22.
But Rochester's definitely committing to stopping the run by bringing heat off the side. See how many guys they'll have in the box here. 1, 2, 3.
Levens and Patrick split behind Rose. 2 receivers on the near side for the Redskins. Levens goes in motion to the right side. Here's a snap. Back to pass is Rose. He's got a receiver right behind the defense. And Patrick, make that Prater is going to the house.
Prater just got behind the defense. Rose quickly hit him on the slant pattern across the middle, and there was nobody there. Rochester out of position. Let him get behind him.
I was watching
And that
Hayden
was a
Prater.
50-yard touchdown pass.
Sorry about that, Brad, but I was watching Hayden Prater pre-snap. He inched up to the line of scrimmage. He's our back safety. There was nobody back once the receiver got behind the DB.
Yeah.
So Knox strikes first. The extra point coming for the Redskins. It's 6-0 right now. And Prater, once he got the football, just ran away from the defense. Extra point coming. Snap is back. Hold is down. Here comes some pressure. The kick is away, and it is good. 7-0 Knox. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
The Knox Redskins, Brad, strike first.
5 plays, now 66 yards, and it's Rose to Prater for a 50-yard touchdown pass.
Riston, Prater, and Tarrant back deep for the Rochester Zebras. 9.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. The Redskins now lead 7-0. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Knox will be kicking with the wind. The receivers back deep at around their 10-yard line. Kicks low, end over end kick. Prater takes it at about the 7. Prater at the 15, the 20. Kicks it out to the Rochester sideline at the 25, at the 30, the 35. Cuts it back inside. Still on his feet. And Knox finally brings him down, but not until he gets out to his own 46-yard line.
Great job by Prater.
He can jump.
Hayden Prater, he did a good job. He saw a little seam out on the sideline, and he went towards it. And when Knox cut the sideline off, he was able to cut back towards midfield and just got tripped up by the shoelaces.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at their own 46. Ball's on the far hash, which is the Rochester sideline.
For being out of football, his vision on the field is really, really good.
Rochester really hasn't been able to establish anything offensively. They've had a few good running plays, and they've had a few good pass plays, but they haven't been able to put anything together in one series.
Brady Perez, quick snap, hands off to Prater off the left side. Hayden Prater juggles the handoff, but takes it off the left side into Knox territory.
They're going to get about 8.
Gets it close to the 46-yard line. Make that the 47, I beg your pardon. With 9:10 to play in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd down, and a long 3 is short, too, for the Rochester Zebras. Again, at the Knox 47. Brady Perez quickly bringing the team to the line of scrimmage. I-backs formation. Matt Lease now is your new fullback. He gets a carry right up the middle. Matt Lease has a first down and is grabbed by the shoestring as he crosses the Knox 40 and gets to the 39.
Lease has had a good game running the football. He's only had 3 carries.
Actually, Bryce Abbott that time was the tight end to the left side.
Yeah. He's only had 3 carries, but he's got 39 yards on those 3 carries.
Rochester quickly on the football. 1st and 10 at the Knox 39. Prater in the eye. Lease right behind him. Make that Lease is the fullback. Prater in the tailback. Lease again right up the middle. Matt Lease Another big carry for the Zebras. Gets it to the 35. He's going to pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Abbott's been bothered by his ankle again this week. He tweaked it last week. We saw him come off the sideline and get it taped up against Wabash, and that might have something to do with him playing tight end.
3rd down and 6 for the Zebras. Riston wide to the near side. Allen split left. Brady Perez under center. Wilson Dalton tight right. 2nd and 6. The handoff goes to Prater. Down to the line of scrimmage. Bounces off and knocks the defender. Down the far sideline. Hayden Prater gets down to around the 20-yard line.
Great move. He bounced off a defender right just shy of the stick for the first down and picked up another 10 yards after that.
15-yard carry for Hayden Prater, and the Zebras are 1st and 10 to the 20.
He's incredible once he gets in that next level of jump cutting. And
well, he's moving more north-south this time instead of east-west.
Yep. Under 8 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Knox leading 7-0. Same formation for Rochester. Lease again right up the middle, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets to the 18, maybe.
Yeah,
it'll be 2nd down and about 8.
Grabbed a hold of his shoe and about ripped him right out of his pants.
2nd down and 8 for the Zebras, now at the Knox 18-yard line. 7:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, the Redskins lead here at Knox High School, 7-0.
This is the biggest threat Rochester's been all night.
Zebras will break the huddle, the ball on the far hash. Nick Allen split to the left side, Riston wide right. High formation for Brady Perez. On 2nd and 8, here's the carry to Hayden. Prater bounces it to the left side and gets it close to the 15-yard line. The spot on the near side says 16. The spot, I think, is going to be the 15. Give him 3. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Rochester. 7 to play in the 3rd.
Well, going into the win, I mean, we know we're not kicking a field goal, so you got 2 downs to get 5 yards.
Yep.
Ball on the far hash, which is the Rochester sideline. 3rd down and 5 for the Zebras. They break the huddle. B.J. Barnes split left. Riston wide to the near side. Wilson Dalton tied right. I-backs for Brady Perez. On 3rd and 5, here's a pitch out to Prater. Prater's got some blockers. Prater off the right side.
Down.
Hayden Prater pushes away inside the 5 down to around the 3 or 4. That'll be 1st and goal for the Zebras inside the 5.
Looks like they're going to mark it at the 3. So 12 yards on the pickup by Prater, and the Zebras are 1st and goal for the first time tonight.
1st and goal at the 3 for the Zebras. Clock runs 6.5 to play in the 3rd. Knocks up 7-0.
Great combination between Lease and Prater. Good job by the front 5 up front. Graham and Gilbreth, Plummer.
Abbott back into the football game. 2 receivers, 1 to the left, 1 to the right for Brady Perez. Prater dots the I. Here's the carry for Abbott off the right side. Abbott pushes his way to the goal line. Still pushing. He's going to be down at the 1 foot line. Give him a pickup of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
All the Zebras with their hands up, but the officials pointing at the ground.
Shocker.
Inside the 1. Ball in the near hash, the Knox sideline. Clock rolls to 5:50 to play in the 3rd. Rochester 2nd and goal from the 1. They break the huddle.
Give it to Abbott again.
Abbott's still in the backfield.
Barnes wide to the right, wide to the left, that is. Riston wide to the right. Perez under center. Here takes the snap. Gives to Prater off the right side. Hayden Prater looking for the goal line. Ball's loose. The ball's loose. The bing bag came out. Rochester signaling touchdown.
It is.
Whew.
Wow.
I believe Prater fumbled the ball into the end zone. Now the officials are meeting. Hang on a minute.
Well, he just got to the goal line when the ball came loose, so I'm thinking maybe they're going to say Prater broke the goal line before he lost the ball.
Hayden Prater, a 1-yard run, and now it's 7-6 with the extra point coming.
Who recovered that fumble? I could not see.
I didn't see it either.
Well, we recovered it.
Oh, we did? Is that what did they score it on? They count the touchdown on Prater breaking the line?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know that.
I'm giving it to Prater right now because I didn't.
Here comes a big extra point into the win. So
Schaefer to kick.
Yeah, you're right.
Extra point coming for the Zebras to tie this one at 7. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is away, and it's blocked.
Yeah, that took way too long. That took way too long to get that kick off.
The kick is no good. Knox leads 7-6. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
not allowed full ground.
The Zebras are on the board, Brad, but the extra point kick was blocked.
9 plays and 46 yards and a 1-yard run by Hayden Prater put the Zebras on the board, but the blocked extra point keeps them 1 point behind.
That extra point took too long to develop.
It did. It took too long to get the ball in the air.
Yep.
So Rochester will kick.
I don't know if there was a fumble on the, the holder wobbled the ball or something, and that's the reason it took so long. I couldn't see.
And Schaefer's ready.
Adjustments last week, scores out of halftime this week.
Yep.
High end over end kick, taken at the 15-yard line, out the 20. Knox has it at the 25, the 30. And backs his way outside the 35 up the field to about the 32. So that's where the Redskins will take over this drive at about their own 32 in the far hash, leading 7-6. Go.
We're being requested us three to come call some baseball games. Coach Good out there says WRI needs to show up at the baseball games. And
1st and 10 for the Knox Redskins. At the 32-yard line, going to our left, 5:19 to play in the third quarter. They're leading 7-6.
we got to tackle here. We have to tackle.
Rose, quick snap. Gives off to the Lovelands, and Lovelands maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That doesn't seem important, but that's very important because we got to slow him down. I think their offense completely runs through him, and if we can make them one-dimensional without him, it's a whole different ball game.
2nd down and 9 for the Redskins at their own 33. Far hash, Rochester sideline. Lovins and Patrick split in the backfield. 2 receivers on the near side for Rose. Zach Rose under center. Sends Lovins in motion to the far side. Last time this went for big yards. Back to pass is Rose.
Oh, wow.
Over the middle. He's got a receiver and it's complete.
Geller dropped it.
Geller had it on his hip and dropped it. Rochester defender not about 5 yards from
Yeah. Well, Geller had the only reception in the first half for Knox, and it was a 21-yarder. That one was going to be another 20 to 30-yard gain as he was wide open down the center of the field, and he just had it in his hands but couldn't bring it down low.
Nobody covered him. I mean, I don't even know if I would call that a blown coverage because nobody covered him.
Rochester wasn't within 5 yards of that. 3rd down and 9 for the Knox Redskins at their own 33-yard line. 4:40 to play in the third quarter. Rose under center. Packer goes in motion to the near side. Here's a backwards pass. It's going to be a receiver throw to Prater. Prater then overthrows his intended receiver downfield, which was Lovins. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8.
It was wide open, but I don't like that call at all. I just think you drop back and throw the ball. We're not.
I think Prater's good enough. He could have just run it for more
that
yardage.
too, yeah.
4th down and 8, and the punting unit coming on.
But, hey, we'll take the punt all day long.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty getting here, but we got here.
The punt will be kicked from inside the 25. Prater slides inside his. Oh, we're going to have roughing the kicker, too. Brady Perez. Oh, there's no flag.
No flags down.
There's going to be no flag. Brady Perez elbow chucks the punter while he's kicking, and no flag.
He couldn't find it. He reached down, grabbed his belt line, and said, oh, my flag's not there. I'm just going to – never mind. That was definitely something, the kicker, running the kicker, roughing the kicker, but his flag's gone. I still don't see it.
How does that happen? How does that?
I was going to say, you were saying something about a penalty, and I'm looking all over the field for a flag. I says, no.
I think Perez was looking all over the field for a flag, too.
Not this time.
Boys, I don't think he brought a flag with him. I don't see one anywhere around that belt line.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the 25.
I don't know how you can tell he's got a belt on.
Oh, hey, Perez flips it out to Prater. Player goes to the right and then is stood straight up and dropped hard at the 26. He started to come to the edge of the right side, cut it back inside, and it was stood up and driven backwards. He'll get a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, that was a tough yard.
We need to stay with the lease combo or the lease Prater combo and run what we come out of halftime and we ran that play 4 or 5 times positive yards.
Yeah, you're right.
And Abbott is your fullback. Allen comes wide to the near side. Riston split left. Dalton is tied to the left side. Here's a snap. Prater again right up the middle. Good block by Bryce Abbott. And Prater takes it across the 30 to the 31. Give him 5. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Rochester Zebras with 3:40 to play in the third quarter. Knox leading 7-6.
Important key here, boys. We will have the wind at our backs in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Again, Walker, Gilbreth, Graham, Plummer, Weaver, sometimes Lamb, doing a great job up front there for Rochester, those front five.
Prater dots the I. 3rd and 4 for Rochester at their own 31. Here's the pitch to Prater going left. Looking for a block, cuts it back inside. Not a left there, slips a tackle, still on his feet, lunges ahead to the 34. It's
going to be close.
And it's going to be close. Yep, it's going to be close to a first down, but give him 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 1.
They're going to mark his knees instead of where the ball landed.
Wow.
I don't know if is that right? Is that the way you do it?
It'll be 4th and 1 for Rochester at their own 34. What do you do here? And Rochester looks like he's going to punt.
You punt it. Yep, you've got to punt it.
Pioneer leads Winnemac after 3, 76-0.
Game over.
Thanks for showing up, Mac.
That's unbelievable.
Rochester will kick it away. 4th down and 1 at their own 34. Brady Perez has the snap, has a lot of time, gets it away, gets it towards the Rochester sideline. It takes a Rochester bounce inside the Knox 35 to around the 34. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think that's a good call. You'd like to think your kids could get one, but Knox is playing really well up front, and you're really deep in your own territory.
You don't want to give them a short field
Yeah.
with somebody like Patrick in the backfield.
2:23 to play in the third quarter. Knox leading 7-6.
Our offensive possessions in the second half, though, the first down call there where we pitched it out and we only gained 1. But outside of that, I like the way we're running the ball right now. I thought for sure we'd have the weaker legs with the more two-way players playing, but Rochester's hanging in there right now.
McIntyre comes wide to the near side. Larson split right for the Redskins. Split backs for Rose. Rose takes a snap, back to pass, rolls to the near side. He's got a receiver in the flat, and it is incomplete. McIntyre is the intended receiver. You know, why not? I think that every pass that
there's a big mismatch there with McIntyre and Riston.
About a foot.
Yeah, at least a foot. And they were trying to take advantage of that, except McIntyre ran his route too deep and Rose threw it towards the sidelines.
2nd and 10 for the Knox Redskins at their own 34. 2:16 to play in the third quarter.
McIntyre is a very nice 6'3" freshman. I mean, that's a nice
freshman, that explains.
Yeah.
That's why the bad route.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the rounded off. But 6'3" is hard to.
High backs for Rose. Gives to the tailback. Slipping away through traffic. Lovin's coming to the near side. He's got a first down, and he falls into Rochester territory at the 49. And who's this on the ground here? Hayden Prater. Cramping. No, Riston is cramping.
17 yards for Lovin on that scamper.
And he quickly gets up. And he'll stay in the game the way it looks. 1st and 10 for the Knox Redskins. Nope, I think they stopped the game for Riston. Nope, I think he's going to stay. Yep.
Leave him in.
The officials say, okay, you can stay. 1st and 10 for the Redskins at the Rochester 49. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near for Rose.
Watch Knox go at him now with McIntyre.
Rose hands off to Patrick right up the middle. And Patrick steamrolls ahead for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Redskins. We're down to about 100 seconds to play in the third quarter. Knox leading 7-6.
Yeah, Rochester's going to get Riston out of the game, get him some water in him. If I'm the Knox coach and I see a D-back cramping, I'm going deep on him.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to make him run and see how limber that leg stays.
2nd and 8 for the Redskins. 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Zach Rose sets the line of scrimmage. Now sends Prater in motion to the right. Back to pass. Throws it up for grabs. McIntyre's the intended receiver. He catches it, but he is out of bounds.
I told you.
Nice job by the Rochester defense.
Whoever came in for Riston did a good job of forcing him down the sidelines, not giving him room to
Nick Allen was in the corner there.
Nick Allen, that's who that is.
Yeah.
And he did a fantastic job of using the sideline.
He didn't push him out of bounds, but he didn't give him any room to stay in bounds.
3rd and 8 for the Redskins at the Rochester 47. 1:18 to play in the third quarter. Again, Knox leading 7-6. Rose brings the play in from the sideline.
Rose is just chucking it up, though. I mean,
that wasn't a really good pass because I'm not sure he could have caught it in bounds anyway.
Woo! Rochester jumped offside, so give Knox a free 5, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Third down and I think the neutral zone now is offsides in high school. Rochester front 3 jumped, and now open the playbook because anything's going to work from here.
Yeah,
especially when you give it a 22.
Yeah, I'm thinking Patrick's going to steamroll this right up the middle.
3rd and 3 for the Redskins at the Rochester 42-yard line. Rose, ready. 3 receivers. Gives to Patrick. Patrick tripped up at the 40 but falls ahead to the 38, and that'll be close to a Knox first down.
Well, you know they're going to give him the spot, but that was a very good job of,
Give him 3.
of tackling there because there was nobody else behind that the Zebra player there.
1st and 10 for Knox at the Rochester 39. New set of downs for the Redskins. We're under a minute to play in the 3rd. Geller goes wide to the right side. McIntyre split to the near side. Back to passes Rose. Down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver. It is complete. Complete to Levens, who is tackled inside the 10-yard line to around the 6 or 7. Looks like they're going to give him the 7. Give him 32 yards on the pitch and catch from Rose to Levens, and it's 1st and goal for the Knox Redskins.
It's just quick 3-step drop, throw it up.
Straight down the middle. That same play we saw earlier that the receiver dropped it. That time Levin's able to hang on to it.
These guys are running uncovered. I mean, just nobody's touching them.
1st and goal for Knox at the 7. 35 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, that is. Knox up 7-6. Full house backfield. Patrick gets the carry going right. Now back to the middle. Gets to the 5. And that's going to be it there. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 with 20 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like Knox looking at the sideline. Will we run into the play or let the clock run out? We're down to 10 on the game clock, and I think they're just going to let the 3rd quarter come to an end. After 3, Knox leads Rochester 7-6, but knocking on the door. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
One to the far.
Prater's here on the slot on the near side. Look for him on the alley-oop.
And before the snap, we have a stop. We have some whistles. I'm not sure
why.
No flags. We're just going to
play clock,
reset, and do it again. So here we go. First play of the 4th quarter. Knox has it. 2nd and goal from the Rochester 5, leading 7-6. Same formation. 2 wide receivers to the near, 1 to the far. Rose under center. Snap to Patrick. Patrick going right, hit by Lease in the backfield, and stood up right there, maybe to the 4. Give him a yard. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4.
Get a big stop here and put a big decision on Knox. I don't think they can kick a field goal into the wind. We saw that already. So
Rose comes to the sideline to Coach Hendricks and gets the play. Now runs back. He's going to get into the huddle around 15 on the play clock. Knox is going to have to hurry.
Again with Jared Prater at about 6'2", standing out here on this. Well, I don't even see him. Now he's in tailback position.
Down to 3 on the play clock. They get the snap off. They give it to Prater. Prater slips the tackle. The backfield is dropped after a 1-yard loss. Prater is tackled back at the 5. It's going to be 4th and goal from about the 5.5 or 6 yard line.
I thought they should have left him out there at that slot position and threw it to him in the corner of the end zone.
And I think you're right. I would too with the height advantage.
Yeah.
Central Noble now leads North Miami as North Miami closing the gap 28-20. 3:30 left in the game. We're at 4:48 left in this one. Knox has it. 4th down and goal from about the 6-yard line, leading 7-6.
6'3" freshman Cole McIntyre. I just saw him run out there. They're going to split him out
He's
wide left. So.
Yep, which is the Rochester sideline.
And Lovin is in the slot.
Rose, that is, will be in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking left, throwing left. It is incomplete off the fingertips of the receiver. Rochester will take over on downs.
Zebra defender did a good job cutting under the receiver there. I don't know if he touched the ball, but he definitely
was that Prater?
Down.
Took the view away from the receiver. No, there's a Knox player down. Oh,
the Knox player's down. I thought Prater was the one that broke up the pass.
That could have been.
Prater on both sides is really confusing me, boys.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So the injured Redskin is being looked at on the far hash area
now
of the
Rochester's
field.
got to be very careful as far as no turnovers here on this, as they're going to get the ball on their own 5-yard line.
What would I do? Thank you for asking. What would I do? What I do is I think that I would just feed Matt Lease right up the middle. It's worked tonight already.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree. Lease is, 5 carries for 45 yards.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us.
Musselman. The Zebras will send a wide out to the near side.
Abbott in the backfield.
Abbott and Prater in the backfield. Bryce gets the carry.
Nice.
A huge hole up the middle. Sidesteps a tackler. Jumps across the 15 down around the 16. That's going to be close to a Zebra first down.
Awesome play when you're back up against, the end zone for the other team. Positive yards, 10-yard run, get another first down.
Yeah, that's the first big run for Abbott tonight.
Bluffton leads Manchester late in the third quarter, 23-21.
Ooh, that's tight.
Reston goes wide to the right side. Perez under center with Ibex behind him. Prater gets the carry going right. Now back to the left, looking to get the edge. Gets the 21-25 at the 30. And pushed out of bounds by Prater, who's back in the football game for Knox at about the 32-yard line.
Big 16-yard pickup for Hayden Prater.
Play was designed to go up the middle. He bounces it out to the outside.
He broke it back across the grain to the left sideline and found a seam. Picked up 16 yards and a first down for the Zebras.
Nick Allen brings a play in from the sideline. He'll come out of the huddle, come to the near side. Riston will go wide right. Tight end to the right side is Wilson Dalton. Brady Perez under center. Buybacks behind him from the 32.
Oh, Rochester jumped.
Well, a false start on the Zebras.
Who was that?
Your right tackle.
Walker.
Yep.
So a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Zebras. Bring up 1st and 15. Back at the 27.
I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. I'm blown away that Hayden Prater, who hadn't played football since middle school, is able to read these lanes and to have the vision to jump cut and hop outside. It's amazing. Speaks to the athlete he is.
Hayden Prater dots the I for the Zebras on 1st and 15, back at their 27-yard line. Brady pitches out to Prater, going right. He's got a blocker, and he did not follow him. He probably should have. And Prater is driven backwards. He's inside now the 25 to the 24, so he's going to lose 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 18 for Rochester.
Rochester going the wrong way after 2 big runs.
Back at their 24-yard line. 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Knox up 7-6. Again, Rochester, like Brad said earlier, is with the win this quarter. And they might have to do something here, looking at 2nd down and 17. Back at their 24-yard line. Riston goes wide right. Nobody split left. Matt Lease now in the tailback position with 2 tight ends for the Zebras. Brady Perez takes the snap. Hands off to to Lees, who hands it off to the near side to Riston. Riston hesitates, comes to the near side, gets to the 30, cuts it back inside, and that's going to be it.
Perez with a nice block out there, but the weak side defensive back for Knox did a good job of making him cut it back inside to the rest of the defenders.
So it'll be 3rd and long for Rochester. 8.5 minutes to play in the game. A big 3rd down coming for the Zebras. It'll be 3rd and 12 at the 30-yard line. Matt Lees comes out of the game. Rochester still in the huddle with 12 on the play clock. Riston goes wide right. Nick Allen wide to the near side with 6 on the play clock. Out of the shotgun is Brady Perez. Takes a snap, back to pass, looking for the screen. Has Prater. Prater with the blocker. Prater at the 35 to 40. Short the tackle and gets out to the 45-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Zebras, giving 15 on the screen play. And 1st and 10 for the Z's with 8 minutes to play in the game.
Dylan Weaver with an excellent block downfield. He sprung that. The DB who did read it, Dylan got him, pushed him off to the side. Prater with a big first down.
Rochester needed that for sure.
8 minutes to play in the game. Knox leading 7-6 here at Knox High School. And Rochester has it at their own 45-yard line after a big screen play. Prater and Abbott in the I formation. Brady Perez under center. Prater gets it and then tripped up in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard.
The counter play that worked so well last week is they've tried it twice tonight, and both times it's failed. It takes too long to develop, and we don't have the time to do it.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 for Rochester, 7:25 to play in the game.
Well, I'm willing to bet that we've got a linebacker on the other side of that Knox defensive line that's a lot better than any linebacker we saw last week.
Yeah, that is true. Very true.
2nd and 11 for the Zebras at their own 44-yard line. Brady Perez under center. Hands off to Prater. Kicks out to the left side.
Oh, he's got
looking for the edge at the 50. And is tackled at about the Knox 48-yard line. He's going to be short of a first down, but not by much. It'll bring out 3rd down at about 3 or 4 for the Zebras, under 7 to play in the game.
That looked like it could go for a lot more than what it did. He looked like he had a big seam open up there on the sideline. Knox did a good job of pursuing in and shutting that down.
Another big 3rd down for Rochester. 3rd and 3 now at the Knox 48-yard line. Ball in the near hash.
4th quarter is halfway over with us running the ball and the clock moving.
Riston wide right. B.J. Barnes split to the left side. I-backs for Perez. Hands off to Prater. Prater right side. Gets a yard. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 2 for the Zebras. 4th and 2 for the Zebras. Clock rolls with 6:15 to play in the game. Now make that 4th and 1.
That's a good spot for us.
That was a very good spot. Yeah,
best spot we've gotten all night.
Ball rests at about the 46.5-yard line. Rochester needs to get to the 45 of Knox. We got to go for it.
Yeah.
6 minutes to play in the game.
Yep.
Rochester on the ball. They're going to go for it. 4th and a long 1.
You got to give it to Abbott here up the gut.
Prater and Abbott in the backfield in the eye. Perez under center on 4th and 1. Takes a snap, pitches out to Prater, going to the right. Prater's got a first down. Prater across the Knox 40, inside the 40 to the 38.
I also said you got to pitch the ball to Prater and let him run around the right end. I think that's a great play, too.
Another 8 yards.
That's exactly why we picked you up this year, Mac.
Yeah, you got to be good for something.
1st and 10 for Rochester at the Knox 37-yard line. 5:40 to play in the game. Rochester on the football with 20 on the play clock. Prater and Abbott in the I formation. Perez under center again from the Knox 38. Here's the snap. Pitches out to Prater again, going right. Prater looking for the edge. Turns it upfield, down the Rochester sideline. And is ran out of bounds inside the 35, near the 34.
Boys, we started this drive back on the 6-7 yard line, 10.5 minutes. We're down to 5 minutes to go.
From the 5-yard line.
And slowly, as we march towards that end zone, or even in field goal range, the clock's going to work against Knox.
Yeah.
33-yard line. It's 2nd and 6 for Rochester. Under 5 to play in the game. The Knox Redskins lead 7-6. Perez ready again on 2nd down. Takes a snap. Hands off to Prater. Going left. Uh-oh. Prater looks out on the defense. Prater cuts it upfield. There's a shoulder pad showing. Prater still on his feet. Backs his way inside the Knox 30 to the 29.
Wow, he just took a 3-yard loss and turned it into a 3-yard gain.
Student body right. Hayden Prater goes left. Might have been a busted play.
He about lost his entire jersey there, and he's still going.
Yeah, but that defensive end had him 3 yards deep in the backfield, and he's turned that into a 4-yard gain to get it to the 30-yard line.
3rd and 3 for the Zebras at the Knox 30-yard line. 4:15 to play in the game. Rochester going to go to a straight T, full house backfield with 2 tight ends. Perez ready. Oh, my good heavens.
Everybody moved with the center.
Oh.
That's a big 5-yarder right there. Now it's 3rd and 8 with 4:07 to play in the game. Knox up 7-6.
That's brutal. 3rd and 3. You got to love it. 3rd and 8's rough.
Everybody left, and the ball never moved. Back at the 35 now. 3rd down and 8 for the Zebras with 4 minutes to play in the game, trailing 7-6 here on the road. Been a really, really good game.
Fantastic game.
Prater and Abbott in the I formation. A wide receiver to the right, wide right receiver to the near side, which is Allen. Perez on 3rd and 8. Pitches out to Prater. Prater with blocks, hesitates. Oh, and he's going to go backwards.
Yep, he's just not running hard.
Prater goes backwards and loses a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 9 with 3:40 to play in the game.
Got to get around that corner quicker.
Yeah, once he stopped and they strung it out, it was over. It was over.
Once the initial hole's not there, you got to race them to the sideline. You got to get around that corner.
3rd down and 9 for the Zebras. Now the ball is at the 36-yard line of the Knox Redskins. Man, I don't know. You use a timeout here to talk about this. This is a big 4th down. This is huge.
Yeah. This is the game.
Rochester quickly on the ball with 10 seconds on the play clock. High back formation. B.J. Barnes wide to the near side. Perez fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Rolls to the near side. He's being chased. Go. Brady Perez is going to run it at the 25, 20. First down, Zebras.
Yes. Brady Perez with a great block from Lamb coming back.
I love it. Love the enthusiasm up here.
That was Zach Graham making that block to free Perez as he come around the corner.
Now the next question is, was that a designed quarterback run or was it a pass?
I think it was a designed run because there wasn't any receivers out here on this side of the field.
The receivers looked to be blocking, the entire time to me. They didn't even look they weren't even looking to catch the ball.
1st and 10 for Rochester at the 17-yard line of the Knox Redskins, trailing 7-6. Brady Perez ready. High backs behind him. Takes a snap. Gives to Prater. Going right. Prater looking for the edge. And he might get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe one. Not a lot there. I think the play is designed to go inside the tackle, and he tried to pop it outside.
We got to stay vertical with the ball. We cannot. We cannot be going sideline to sideline right now.
Northfield beats Peru tonight, 43-22. Wow. We have Peru next week.
We have Peru next week. Yep.
Clock rolls. 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Knox leading 7-6. Prater, fortunately, got nothing on that play because it could have been about a 3 or 4 yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 10 after nothing. Perez ready. 12 on the play clock. Plenty of time for Brady. Takes a snap. Hands off to Prater again. Going right. This time stays inside the tackle. And Prater is stacked up shy of the 10, giving the 12. Picks up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Rochester. Down to 2 minutes to play in the game.
We're at 8.5 minutes on this drive now. This is unbelievable.
Give him the 16. It'll be 3rd and 4. I'm sorry, give him the 11. I beg your pardon. A minute 50 to play in the game. Now, what's Mr. Schaefer have in the way of a leg?
Well, the wind's going to help him.
Yep. Full house backfield for Perez. Brady to Prater, right side. Hayden Prater carries it inside the 10 to the 9. That's going to be 4th down and 1 with 90 seconds to play in the game.
I'll guarantee you nobody's thinking field goal right now.
And Rochester will take a timeout. A minute 32 to play in the game.
Well, now they are. Sorry, 4th down.
Knox leading 7-6. Rochester has it 4th and a long 1, probably a 2. When we come back after this 30-second timeout, you're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help.
Fourth down and a long 2. I'm going to call it a short 2, and Rochester's offense will stay on the field. The ball is at the Knox 9-yard line. Rochester come to the line of scrimmage. Receivers, one to the right, one to the near side. High backs for Brady Perez. Here's a snap. Prater has it off the right side. Prater. He got it. Down to the 3. First and goal for the Zebras. Clock stops with a minute 27 to play in the game. Hayden Prater carries it to the 3. It'll be first and goal from the 3 for the Zebras.
6-yard pickup on fourth down for Hayden Prater. That's 2 fourth down pickups on this drive.
Here's the thing. There were 2 Knox defenders in the backfield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this is getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
First and goal for the Zebras at the 3-yard line. To Prater going right. Hayden Prater looks touchdown! Touchdown Zebras from 3 yards out. Hayden Prater puts the Z's up, and now Coach Hooker says we'll go for 2.
What a drive,
95 yards was that play.
A 3-yard touchdown run for Hayden Prater put the Zebras up 12-7, and the 2-point conversion coming.
This Knox crowd is stunned.
19 plays, 95 yards.
And the 2-point conversion.
8 minutes?
Yeah, at least.
I think they're the ones used to running the clock for 9 minutes with Mr. Patrick. And what a drive, boys. What a drive.
12-7, Rochester up for the first time tonight with a minute 8 to play in the game, and the Rochester Zebras will go for 2. They'll send 2 receivers, 1 to each side. The lone back is Perez. I make that to Abbott. And the motion man is Prater. Back to passes Perez in the end zone. Passes incomplete. Knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver, which I believe
was that Hayden?
Was that, or I can't see it from here. I apologize. It's incomplete. We'll keep it right here. The pass is incomplete. Now Rochester's lead is 5. A minute 8 to play in the football game. Knox has all 3 of their timeouts. They're probably going to be passing into about a 5 to 8 to 10 mile an hour wind. But Zach Rose got a really good arm.
Yeah, he's got 121 yards tonight on 4 of 13 passing.
A minute 8 to play in the game. Rochester leads 12-7. And as we look back on this one, win or lose, you look back on this one and the third downs and the fourth downs Rochester converted on this drive alone.
Exactly. There was at least 2 fourth down conversions and a couple of third down conversions.
The only thing good about this right now, though, Mr. Walker and the boys up front can pin their ears back and go get Mr. Rose. So,
well, you got to be careful of Patrick, though. He's capable of breaking up a big one.
Crick and Kraus back deep to receive the kick from Schaefer. Rochester up by 5. Hayden Prater over 100 yards yet?
Yeah, 105.
Wow.
68 seconds to play in the game.
103 yards on 22 carries and a touchdown.
12-7 Rochester, and Schaefer to kick off. Here we go. Get the green light. Schaefer puts a right foot into it. High end over end kick. It's going to go over the head of the receiver, the returner into the end zone. A touchback for Schaefer.
Wow, we got some wind behind that one, didn't we?
And a little extra adrenaline, I believe.
Yep.
So Knox will start the drive on their 20 with 68 seconds to play and 3 timeouts.
And this will be their worst field position to start a possession tonight.
That ball almost hit at when it hit at the 1 instead of going in the end zone. If it had went straight sideways, the ball would have sat at the 1 or 2.
It would have died right there. Yep.
Yeah.
I would ask this to you guys. I know you don't know, but Val would. When was the last time we had a touchback?
Yeah.
Did we do that last year?
I think we had one last year.
Did Duff have one last year? First and 10 for Knox at their 20. Rose under center. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Back to pass is Rose to the flat. It is incomplete over the head of Larson, and it'll bring up second down and 10.
So this is kind of like counting outs in the final inning of a baseball game,
exactly.
is it?
And that play there, you want him to catch the ball inbounds down, and then the clock's running.
Burn
exactly. A timeout.
That took all of 4 seconds. A minute 4 to play in the game. Rochester leading 12-7. It'll be second down and 10 for Knox at their own 20-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. Rose brings the play in from the sideline from Coach Hendricks.
And I noticed Perez there was 25 yards off the ball, nothing behind.
Yeah, no, you don't want anybody to get
Yep.
behind you, and we've already seen Prater do that to us once tonight on a 50-yard touchdown.
3 receivers for the Redskins. Rose out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Has a receiver down the near side. It is going to be incomplete. Oh! Almost picked off. It hit a Knox receiver, and then it hit Nick Allen, and then it hit Brady Perez, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yep, that was Jared Prater going down the sideline. They were trying to hit the alley-oop. Nice job on the coverage by Preston and Perez.
Nick Allen with the tip drill there, almost tipped it back to his partner Perez for the pick, which would have been outstanding, but that was a good play.
58.7 to play in the game. Rochester up 12-7. Knox 3rd down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
That's 2 shots to this near side.
And over there's McIntyre on the far side.
McIntyre on the far side now. Watch for the shot over there, or watch for Geller coming back across the middle.
Back to pass is Rose. Here comes some pressure. Rose steps up and throws to the near side. It is complete. Did he stay in bounds? He did.
Oh, wow. They're going to say he got a foot down.
Did a great job getting a foot down as he brings it in at his 34-yard line, a 14-yard pitch and catch from Rose to Larson. And that'll be 1st down and 10 for Knox with 52 seconds to play in the game.
I've noticed Perez is shading the big boy Prater when they split him out, whatever side he's on. Perez has been switching sides following him.
Dalton and Walker giving chase that time and was in the face of,
I tell you, Rose throwing that ball high in the air into the wind.
Yeah.
One of these is going to come up short.
1st and 10, 52 seconds to play in the game. Oh, we're going to have a legal. Okay. Back to pass. Here comes an illegal pass out to Prater. Instead of throwing, he'll keep. He's down the Rochester sideline.
We're going to have motion against Knox, so it's all going to come back.
7-yard gain. Two backs were moving at the same time for the Redskins.
Yep. And then Rose stepped back about 2 steps before the ball was snapped.
Did they reset the clock, though? Because that took about 6 seconds. Did they put that back on?
Apparently it's not a dead ball foul.
Then I would take the penalty.
Absolutely.
Always take the yardage here.
Yeah, in this situation, you want to take the yardage.
So it'll be a legal motion against the Redskins, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll back them up 5, I believe. It'll be set 1st and 15 with 45 seconds to play in the game.
Again, I was like you. I didn't think he was going to pull that flag out of his. The play was almost over before he got the flag out of his pocket.
Rochester leads 12-7 here at Knox High School. Knox quickly on the ball. Rose under center. 45 seconds to play in the game. Prater comes in motion to the near side.
Here comes
Rose coming to the near side. He gets rid of it before he gets hit to Prater. And Prater's driven out of bounds as he crosses his 35-yard line. What happened?
Roughing the passer. I think they're going to call roughing the passer.
That's an automatic 1st down.
Yeah.
Roughing the passer, and the ball gets out to the 36-yard line, so they're going to give Knox 15 more on top of that with 39.5 to play in the game. Rochester leading 12-7. And this will get them probably midfield or beyond. So they're going to go from the 36. So they got 7 yards on the pitch and catch. And this will take them to the Rochester 49.
I watched that. The guy's coming around the end for the Zebras there, chasing after him. I didn't think it was that terribly late. I mean, that's a tough call right there.
Well, so the Knox Redskins, 1st and 10 to the Rochester 49-yard line. The Zebras up 12-7 with 39.5 to play in the game. Ball on the near sideline, which is the Knox sideline.
You know they're throwing it. They haven't run the ball yet here in this series.
Rose under center. Plenty of time on the play clock. Back to pass. Rolls to the near side. Here comes some pressure. Steps up. Got it.
Got it. Walker wraps him.
Lamb, I believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Lamb.
Zach Graham sacks him. Back at his 45, and now Knox will use a timeout with 32.2 to play in the game. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.
32.2 seconds to play in the game. Rochester leads 12-7 here at Knox High School. After the sack, Knox uses the timeout, and we'll be looking at second down and 14 or 15 yards back at their own 47. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. We have seen a dandy.
Yeah,
Whichever way this one goes, it's going to be a dandy.
These are about as evenly matched two squads as you can come up with, and it's been a battle the whole ball game.
Rose under. Nope, we're going to have Patrick as the
deep back as
the quarterback. He'll throw it down the field. 3 receivers on the outside. It is incomplete, and we're going to have a flag on the play.
Yep.
Flag on the play. Coach Hooker with his hands to the sky says, "You got to be kidding me."
Yep,
we're going
to call pass interference against Rochester.
So that's going to be 15 yards
on an uncatchable ball. I mean,
against the Zebras with 26.3 to play in the game. Rochester leading 12-7.
Why would you have him throw the ball there? I'm confused.
Unless Rose is a good receiver. Pass interference against the Zebras. So the ball will be marked
inside the 40.
Yep, at the Rochester 38-yard line. 26 seconds to play.
That's 30 yards and penalties back-to-back against Rochester.
Rochester leads 12-7. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Knox has 2 timeouts. Rose under center. 26 seconds. Back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Walker on the chase. He's hit as he throws. It's out. It is incomplete. Probably should have been another pass interference on the far side. Who hit him?
2 Knox players down on the ground. Now they got up.
Tarrant leveled the receiver on that far sideline. No call to be 2nd and 10 with 20.7.
Rochester needs to get their mitts on that football. They had a chance at that opportunity as well. And
he's throwing it up for the taking. He is. I mean,
he's throwing into that wind. It's gonna play havoc on the trajectory of that football. It's gonna come up short.
2nd and 10 for Rochester. For Knox. 20.7 to play in the game. The Zebras lead 12-7. The ball is at the Rochester 38-yard line.
Those last 2 passes
they're going to have to hurry.
Short.
We're down to 3. We're down to 2. We're down to 1. They just get it off. Rose back to pass down the near side.
Short.
Got a receiver and it's knocked out of bounds by Tarrant on the near side. No, make that Nick Allen. It'll be 3rd and 10 with 16 seconds to go.
Rochester only rushed 3 guys there. They dropped 8, more like a cloud cover.
And they still put pressure on the quarterback.
And they still got pressure on him with 3 guys, exactly.
Yep.
3rd down and 8 for the Redskins at the Rochester 38-yard line. 16 seconds to play in the game.
Reset the clock.
Well, sure, why not?
I don't understand.
Give them 40 more seconds here.
Knox ready.
Yeah, now it's moving.
16 seconds to play in the game. Rochester by 5. 3rd down and 10 for Knox at the Rochester 38. Rose in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks left. Steps up. He's going to run. Rochester going to tackle him at the Zebra 35. The clock rolls with 10. And Knox will take a timeout. It'll be 4th down and about 7. When we come back, 30-second break. 4th and 6 for Knox. With 10 seconds to play in the game, you're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Knox has 1 timeout left.
Yep.
They've got to get a 1st down.
You're right.
Rochester's leaving the middle open. Look for Patrick right up the middle.
They're going to look for,
quick
Patrick.
timeout and a shot at the end zone, right? Yep.
10 seconds to play in the game. 4th and 6 for Knox. Rose in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks left. Throws left. Short receiver. This receiver's going to take over on downs and win it.
There it is, buddy.
Wow.
Victory formation.
6.7 to play in the game. And Rochester will take over on downs, leading 12-7. here at Knox High School.
63 years ago, the final was Rochester 13, Knox 7, and this one's going to come down to 12-7.
That's amazing right there.
So Rochester will take one snap in the victory formation. Fantastic football game.
Oh, it was. Back and forth. Both teams struggled in the first half. Both teams scored in their first possession of the third quarter, and Rochester put together that unbelievable 95-yard,
Don't fumble it here.
19-play drive.
Brady Perez under center. Bryce Abbott stands 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Brady takes a snap, takes a kneel, and that's going to do it. Rochester going to run their march to 2-0 by beating a very, very good Knox Redskin team 12-7. Post-game show coming up next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey Redskins fans, show your team support by becoming a member of the Knox Athletics Booster Club. The Booster Club helps support all Knox athletic teams grades 5 through 12. Concession volunteers for high school volleyball and basketball games are always welcome. Join us for our next meeting on September 5th at 6 p.m. in the Redskin Room at Knox Middle School. Redskin fans welcome.